go. Let's see if we go live right here real quick. It's probably gonna make me start the OBS. I'm gonna try it anyway. All right.
Yeah, so Messi my people too. So that's how I met Hearthstone, man.
Let's see if we got this existing. So automatic. Let me get this. I should have been here to get this already done. Select and start streaming. All right. I think we are up and then if you want to, the Voice It Radio is where we streaming at live on off the Facebook platform. Go to Earl Porter and you could put a post up for that. And I'm uh at the Sohigho on YouTube.
So I
So
gotta go
if
to
you want to
YouTube first.
if you do the Facebook one, this is a good feed. That feed that he got over there with us good framed out right there, that's the one right there.
So where I gotta go to
Yep.
YouTube.
Facebook first. Facebook, the Earl Porter. We're gonna do good numbers on that one. We'll see, man. You never know how YouTube's algorithm is. What's up, YouTube? How we doing? Didn't put my posts up early. Shit like that be happening.
We have smoke.
Huh?
Smoke.
Oh, we can see only debate.
Yeah, I ain't.
And later on,
Nah, I ain't.
we go out on the platform and we get good, but we'll hit the thing. I'm just missing my top. I don't know where my other one at, but
Man,
we'll
I'm
get
sorry,
it
man.
after
You
the
ain't
first
come to the
break.
spot, man.
Yeah,
Did Josh tell
man.
you, man?
Yeah, no.
Josh said he been there for I don't know how many years. He said it's the second time that parking lot ever been full like that.
Yeah, no, you was gonna do it, man. And I just literally, me and Layla was supposed to spit that other birthday party. I told you this lady, I come in there, mom, one, I was underdressed, and I was supposed to, I'm sitting next to her auntie and her mama next to me. I didn't know it was a RSV shit.
Listen to this. This dude put down this. Somebody said 21 years ago I first heard this. It never gets old. This one is up there with one of Kenya's greatest ever records. Its production was timeless. Kudos to Ted Ozaya and Mr. Hardstone for making this a memo masterpiece. Like, this is a Hardstone song that rocked in Kenya. Because he always told me he was famous in
I'm
Kenya.
famous in
I'm
Kenya.
famous in Kenya. Everybody knows me in Kenya. Well, what the fuck you doing here?
Yeah.
But everybody knows me in Kenya, man. And this one is song. It said Hardstone changed our club and music scene in Kenya. This
So,
song, like,
Listen, man.
got lost.
Listen, bro. I knew it. I just knew it, man. And then the thing is, it was like reverse marketing, but we didn't know then. He didn't know. Like, didn't nobody know that in his mind he got to come to the United States to get on, right?
nah, and that's backwards now. Now I want you to get on in Canada before you come back
Get on
here.
in Africa
They
because
said, I wish you never left Kenya.
we gotta see.
Where your songs were the pioneer of the current urban frenzy.
It is, bro. I'm telling you. I swear to God, I'm almost certain that if that's true, Hardstone created the Afro beat that we hear now.
Right. Oh, that's huge.
If that's true.
That's huge.
If that's true, because remember, all of them rap like that, all of them sing like that. And think about, but the only difference is his shit.
Did he get that beat clear?
Listen,
you think?
he wasn't. His shit wasn't over sexualized though.
Oh, man. Wait, this man was the shit over there.
I knew it then. He
What's
said
up?
it and he pulled it up. We
You
saw it.
always tell me, man, I'm famous in Kenya.
What warning we got, man?
You always tell me that.
Well, we got a warning on this bitch.
Shit, wow, man.
Hearthstone. Hearthstone.
This song was 20 years ago.
What you want for your gift? You want the I got something for I got the made by farmers, the focus and the restlessness. I know you appreciate that for the therapeutic value of these because I know you like that.
Yeah.
This one, standby, most popular, #1 seller. I sell more of them than I sell in THC gummies right now. I'm killing with it.
Everybody want therapeutics. Everybody want therapeutics.
Well, this one people don't like to be high like lifted, but they want the benefits of like sativa without being so up to that.
Right.
Man, number one, factory workers and it's THC free. They passing that damn thing.
Well,
Sparks on them right now.
what I was about to say,
Sparks on 3 of these a day right now. Like swearing by it.
I need to get some. I need to eat some right now. I just forgot what I was about to fucking
Oh
say.
shit! I almost had an
I was about
open
to tell
one.
you, it was something important. It was something fucking.
Yeah, I
important.
got an
Man.
open one too. I was going. Well, oh yeah, there you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, we could go focus. We'll go with you.
So is it like real gummies or?
Yeah, they gummies,
Yeah.
bro. THC, I'll take 2 of them. Me and you'll take 2
Nah.
He'll take 8.
Take 20, 30 of them.
Take 2 or 3 of them.
I just ate the whole one. We
Yeah.
said start with a half one.
I'm going with you, so
No.
I go with you. You ain't gonna one. I'm trying to tell you,
I gotta
I've been
drive
around
too.
with you, man. You gonna be you gonna work tonight? Oh, you gonna do good. You gonna be like, oh, I'm focused. Problem is you get on one road and it's hard to get off of it. You know what I'm saying? So you make sure you set your tunnel vision toward making money. Yeah, what's happening? Let's see this one got some shit in it. You ain't gonna hit that?
No.
Why, man?
Have I ever?
Don't hit it like you trying to kill it, man.
No. It's good. It's gummy enough, bro.
I mean, you do play lightweight sometimes.
Yeah, I am.
I said you play lightweight sometimes. I've been around you. You smoke with the best of us, bro.
What
Don't
the fuck
play.
was I about to say to you, man? Was it something about Josh Spot? No, I said it all.
Yeah, I love you though. Yeah.
Recording in progress.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. I had to rock it, man.
Yeah, it was killing, bro. I heard, man, Laylo in the parking lot. I don't know why he didn't come
He
in.
should have came in.
And
man.
I'm sitting out there, and I had this whole bag. I'm like, just come down St. Clair and pick it up real quick, man.
Man, I'm telling
I'm
you.
not getting out here. So I
It
tried to
was-
sneak
definitely
out the
was
birthday
missing.
party, right?
That section, that portion was absolutely missing. It was like a regular thing.
Yep, it is.
It's a
And I
regular thing.
and I
It's
missed
cool though.
and
I got doing
that lady, if she wasn't making our boys get that mural down the street, it was like all these big wigs in there. And I was like, I can't leave. And when I got ready to leave, she changed her dress and caught me on the stairs sneaking out. And it's like, if you don't get your ass back in there, and I was like, fuck. It's like, I don't feel like arguing with you on your birthday. And your mama here from DC. Huh? Oh.
No shit.
Yeah. I love that shit. That's so dope. That's my best intro ever, bro.
First Afrobeat artist I heard, man. Should have well underrated. No, it's one Stone Island.
This
Shout out
shit.
to Hearthstone. Ready?
Yep.
We're going 5, 4, 3,
Sohigho.
2, and bam.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Sohigho Gas Company podcast here in beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. I don't hear myself, but there I go. Beautiful Cleveland, Ohio at the Voiceitradio studio right here in lovely Cleveland, Ohio on Shaker Boulevard right here in Woodland on the east side of Cleveland. We like that, as we always do, give a special shout out to our Voiceitradio president, creator, and the man, the myth himself, EP on the board today. Shouts out to my man, EP. And we got a special guest in house tonight. I've been trying to get him on the show for a minute. We got my man Trev from the block, man. That's exactly how we like. And we gonna break a new segment with him, and we gonna start on a segment, and we gonna call it Tales from the Block. We gonna get into that. But as usual, here on the Sohigho Gas Company, we like to talk about education, cultivation, and information on our show. And we got a lot of information to go over a little bit for this weekend. Lots of things. We're gonna go a little bit out of order before we get into this interview with Kev. And anything you want to comment on, just feel free to chime right in. Uh, this weekend, the big weekend in cannabis, last weekend rather, on the third and the fourth was the CannaCon down at the convention center. They got about 300 people to keep it a buck with you. The third was OK Day, bunch of vendors, and the fourth was the Ohio. Let me make sure I said Ohio Cannabis Business Summit at the IX Center. And let me tell you, check out my YouTube. I got a link up on that, and to show you some of the footage from out there. And that is a Cleveland grown event. If anybody remember Lenny B from back in the day on 93 FM, he and his wife and his team runs that whole convention. And when I say I can't be more prouder than be an East Sider from Cleveland and see this brown man with the success he had. When I pulled up to the IX Center, I literally thought I must have been at the wrong event. Packed. Front parking lot packed. And if you're not from Cleveland, all my foreigners out there, the IX Center used to be a tank warehouse, man. They used to build tanks out there, and Lenny B had that thing packed, bro. When I say I couldn't have been more prouder for cannabis in Ohio, very, very proud, very great, well organized event. This wasn't just a come smoke and choke type party and get your whales off. This was more like our podcast, information, cultivation, and a lot of cultivation products was out there. It was over 100 vendors. There were no more vendors tables set out. And as a matter of fact, everybody that was at CannaCon on the third and the fourth was out there backpack hustling on the third. They was out there on the fourth at the IX Center backpack hustling. And it was just a great event. We interviewed me. I specifically went in and I was looking for Ohio venture capitalists in the state of Ohio. And let me tell you, small town America is backing us in the cannabis industry. If you looking to get some money, it's probably not going to happen in Cleveland, Columbus, or Cincinnati. But if you go to Kenton, Ohio, and a couple of these local small banks, they sitting on $100 million in the deposit, and they'll be happy to loan it out to you for this industry. It was very, very good. I have very, if you it's millions too. When I say millions of dollars, they have millions of dollars, and they looking. Not only are they just putting the money out there, they are compliance officers also. So all of us who didn't know how to wash up your money and you growing plants and don't know how to pay taxes on these banking services right now they have compliance officers to come out to your grow. My question was like anybody else. So how are you gonna know if I grew 80 plants and I charge X amount for 80 plants that if I sold the whole thing, how am I gonna be able to go and deposit $80,000 cash into the bank without telling the FBI what I do? These banks are set up for this. And me being me, it's good that I got Trevin on the block, and I'm always worried about the traditional market, and that's the market we was operating on before the legalization of weed. In the traditional market, I was like, so what if you wanted to get your money cleaned up and get it back in? How do you go about that? I hate to say, fellas, there ain't no way for us to do it. That's just still going to be some illegal stuff. Nobody is going to take your old money from the streets and clean it up. But what you can do, in theory, is buy a house, get some property, and then borrow against that money. The banks is going to be, these people was real receptive. I just cut it to the chase. I just was like, yo, I'm a block boy. How do I get my money cleaned up and get it back into the thing? They was like, well, we can't do that. We can't touch illegal money. But as far as going forward, these places are new. And if you are setting up these business plans and you don't consider what your financials are going to be, that should be stop one in you setting up any business. Worrying about where your finances is going to go and worrying about the taxes that you could be legal with these things. And it is several banks. Get in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to get in touch with you. and give you that information. Really, I really concentrated on the financial things and some other more technical things that I got the questions and answers to from that convention. Very great. And then also on that Friday night, this convention had the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on Saturday night, and let me tell you, it was cannabis friendly, and I mean, we had a great time in there. When I say great time, well, y'all got to think Lenny B is already a great promoter. That's how we know each other real good. That's where we gained a lot of respect for each other, us doing promotions in the streets back in the day. He is probably, him and Red Zone was the only people who even came close to me, and we was in two different departments. Under the Tree back in the day was strictly underground, and then these guys was on the radio and doing more of the popular music. Red Zone would be, more for maybe the ladies and good looking people dressing up, and Lenny B handled everything kind of that was coming through the radio. Kind of that's where he stayed at, and then he had the record pool with a bunch of the DJs. That's where we really got to know each other. And this event, when I say that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was shining, that was my favorite time there. The people were cool. The event was, man, the socializing and the good people that I know, and people interviewing me was a little bit overwhelming. I didn't know. I don't get great numbers on YouTube. I guess these people be following me on. Shout out to my Facebook crew, man. I appreciate y'all so much for staying down with me. I love the YouTube people
Absolutely.
also. But let me tell you, the Facebook audience is treat us the best here. So thank y'all so much to that. But it was very overwhelming when people knew me, and they know me from a couple things. It's really probably for unicorn poop. I just grow strong unicorn poop. I keep four of those mother plants going. Anybody who want to get some unicorn poop, when we get into cultivation, we'll talk a little bit about that. I'm only going to hit that for a minute because we're going to get into some tales from the block here. And it was just great. So then, before we even went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, if you haven't attended First Friday at the Art Museum, $18 to get you in there, and you get to see all of the things. It started at 6 o'clock, and let me tell you, it goes 6 to 10. Get there at 6, and it was Latin night in there, and let me tell you, you could not walk past that dance floor without somebody grabbing your hand, and you'll be doing a moringa for the next 20 minutes around a whole bunch of people. The energy was great.
That's dope.
Uh, the community of Cleveland to come out. If people want to find out where the beautiful people at, of all races, all ages, good looking, coming out for a positive thing, who like art, it is at the First Fridays at the Cleveland Art Museum. I just can't tell you how great our community looks in such a great place. And for me, they had the $1 million paintings out. They had the Picassos out. They had the Georgia O'Keeffe's out. They had some of my favorite sculptures out. These things, when you're talking money, we can't really afford these. You could probably only go to the art museum and see it. And to be in there, coming from the weed conference and everything, I was feeling good. I walked too much, but it was a great, great event. That is a great First Friday event. I'm not gonna say that's so cannabis friendly, but you know what to do. Get into the back of the smoking lounge and enjoy yourself. Last month we had the smoking lounge lit. This one,
You're smoking
a
lounge, yeah.
little more drinking than anything going on in that. But it was a great, great weekend, and that was like Friday. Saturday we went back out to the convention center. Just tired from that night. Still good. The other thing about Lenny's conferences is it's a bunch of information. When it's not just a regular conference, you can go sit down and hear lecturers on different subjects: retail, cultivation. You want to build these things out. So it's not just, if you haven't signed up, or if you are a vendor, you need to sign up right now, because as I was speaking, I saw people buying out last year. It is going to probably be the premier Ohio cannabis event, hands down.
Oh yeah,
And to know that Lenny B is the one that's running it, it just made me made me so much prouder. I'll do anything he wants. So shout out. We're gonna get Lenny B. He told me that EP had reached out to him before at the cannabis school to get on here. He just hasn't made time, and I see why he couldn't make no time because that was a great, great big event. So we should get Lenny B and his wife on. Look at the YouTube channel. We should have the post up there from us going in there on the 2 days. I got a little vignette going on in there. Also, what we did last week was we went up to Made by Farmers. If you look on the YouTube, we went to the farm where they harvested 200 acres of weed. And we
Damn.
saw the world's biggest
Man,
bubble hash
you don't
machine.
invite me to that shit.
I know. Hey, EP, can we get a little volume off? I can't hear him. But, yeah, I gotta invite him a little bit more because I do be needing a cameraman, and people need to witness this. If it wasn't for video, you would not believe me. 200 acres of weed. When you look on that, I'm holding a bud that was bigger than my hand. I mean, it was.
You don't want to take him over
Yeah, no, yeah. Taking Trevin though. When we talk to Trevin, y'all see Trevin is. I ain't gonna say he competition. He just good at what he do. And if you ain't careful, Jesus, you'll be buying from Trevin before long.
Man, listen, man.
That's what's real. So shout out to Made by Farmers, my man John, Theo, and Nick for helping us up. When I say the focus gummy and really the restfulness, these are THC free. So all of my people who want to know what the benefits of the THC plant is, the CBD oils, these guys are the best. Now don't get me wrong, we got some regular old gummies from them that'll smack you around the block back and forth. If you looking for that from a clean, organic standpoint, that was just so good. And we just learned so much. When I say we saw the world's biggest bubble hash machine, bubble hash to me is like, if you washing 5 pounds of bubble hash, you huge. How about 5 tons in the washer? Washers is 2 stories. If you go in there, I had to go into a genie boom. Yeah, it's a genie boom operation and dump trucks worth of weed. You cannot believe they can't even afford a drink. They can't even afford a dryer for that much. They have to have that dried outside in the sun, and then they just wash it right away.
I ain't get that memo. Let me check.
that was an incredible. Shout out to those guys. These guys treat me like family every time I go up there. It's beyond good. They got, and then when I say I'm not going to rep a product that I'm not taking. As a matter of fact, me and my co-partner today is on a little bit of Focus Gummy. Can't wait to toss this pack over to EP because he's going to eat the whole damn pack. Very good. Focus is very good. It's like a sativa without the high. And if people don't understand it, it's very good. It's very therapeutic. You are not going to feel like, oh, I've got the munchies, I'm out of control. I don't like the euphoria feeling.
Right.
So you get the benefit of everything, but without that euphoria feeling of being high. So if people don't like that high feeling, but like these, and they also come in tinctures. So that's Made by Farmers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tinctures is at $40, and then we can get you a thing of restfulness at 20, and it's very, very good. I recommend them.
I'll take the promo.
Oh yeah. Well, you gonna get whichever one you want for being a guest. We always give our guests something free when we get out of here. So that's pretty much what we was doing. Sunday was kind of a laid back day. You know, I had smoked up all the weed I had watching the Browns. So that's all I could say about that, man. I mean, I don't know. See, last week I sold them weed. The week before when they was in town, I thought it was my fault. I thought I took them too good a weed and it fucked up the O-line. This week they was out of town. They didn't get their bag from me, so I don't know what their problem was this week. It was just, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. The one thing is they keep me in business because it's tough, man. I mean, the Browns, man, it's so crazy with those guys. So that's what we got going. And we had puff and paint on Saturday also. So we left there, and then we had puff and paint at the Coit Farmer. So that's at 15210 Coit Avenue. It's free for the community. We're trying to help these guys out. This is one of these local sustainable gardens also that our community doesn't visit. You don't have to leave to go all the way over to the West Side Market for your fresh produce. And if we don't know right now, it's harvest time. It's harvest time not just for taking your marijuana plants outdoors to indoors. A lot of crops are getting harvested. So right now, I think we should be more in harvesting and preserving for the winter, even with your crops. So, we'll get in a little bit of that. Maybe next week we'll talk about some the preservation and the cultivation block next week. And the puff and paint over at the Coit Farmer, I believe they open like 12 to 5 on Mondays, and then they got another day on Saturday. But we'd like to increase there. And if you're looking at a great venue, also on the YouTube channel, you
Oh, I
can see
definitely
some of
will.
that. Yeah, definitely. Me and Trevor talk about that for sure. It's wide open, but we'll put some heat lamps in there, and it is very nice fall, like comfortable. Everybody enjoyed their self. We printed a picture of Bob Ross. Everybody painted. It was. I like to say we go to cannabis friendly events. I'm not looking for all the way right out marijuana event. If you go to a marijuana event that I'm sponsoring, it ain't gonna be nothing but it should be a smorgasbord there because we ain't gonna do shit but eat weed and then eventually be way too high. So when we at these events to socialize with it, let's not green out. Green out to me is a rookie thing. You don't want to like go so far that you can't enjoy yourself. And as like I always say on every show, I would be remiss to tell you about going low and slow on gummies. The one thing I'm gonna say right now, without a doubt, everybody can have a gummy episode. Do not just go to these events. We gave out in our gift bags free gummies, and the people who say, "Oh, I eat yours. I don't eat gummies. I eat yours." Those are the people that had a hard time about it. After I'm giving them warnings, "Oh, I could take this. Oh, I could take that," but that's you not knowing. Sometimes when they labeling them Doritos 1,000 milligrams, that's not 1,000 milligrams,
Right.
folks. It's not even close. It's not even close to being 1,000 milligrams. That's probably more like 25, to be honest with you. Eat 4 bags and you'll be told. And then again, there's no regulation on that.
What, 2,500 or 20?
25
Oh,
milligrams.
okay, gotcha.
You should start about 25 milligrams. I recommend starting at 10. 10 and work your way up. Eat 2 tens and then tell me how you feel. And then don't forget, you got to see what kind of extract it is too. BHO and CO2 extract don't hit like rosin extract. Rosin extract, if you want to see, that's the bubble hash machine. That's just taking the straight trichomes off, pretty much sifting it through just to get the trichomes out and melting those trichomes down. When you're using anything else, you're using a chemical additive to remove the trichomes to get the THC out, and it degrades to me, the taste and some of that. Although CO2 extract is good, and I know why you have to do that because of money. And BHO, we kind of out of. It's more like that's what you want to do at the house. But you don't even do that right now. You would use a nug smasher, to be honest with you. Check me out a
I
little
seen
bit
one on
further.
Timu.
Yeah,
Seen one on Timu. Timu got everything, man.
Timu got everything, man. That is
Everything
that
you
is
need. The
that
grow,
is that is really real.
room, the lights, everything. It's not bad quality, man.
That it is we starting to realize that everything is probably made in China and people
Everything
just
always have
smacking
been.
their names on it, and we just getting
Yeah.
hip to be a great consumer,
And going
and
wholesale,
then we
going
going
direct
going direct
manufacturing.
to consumer. Well, we gonna roll up on our first break, and we gonna come back. We gonna like hit the rest of this block out with my man Trevin from Tales from the Block. We thank all y'all every week for tuning in to the Sohigho Radio Show. And if you got any questions for Trevin, it's 216-249-6650. Am I right, EP?
Right.
50. I always miss up the 05 and the
5-0.
50. So all my
You
people in
screaming
the chat,
5-0.
I appreciate all 19 of y'all. I wish I could talk to y'all and do the chat. I'm not that good yet. One day we'll have somebody over here to answer these questions. But if you want to call in and give my man Trevor, we're gonna have Tales from the Block coming back up
Drive through.
with my man Trevor the Block. We're gonna tell you a little bit about Cleveland history and how we put Cleveland on the map. Come back and don't forget tonight. I will. Don't forget. After me is the Hip Hop Radio Show with Al Porter, and tonight we got Hot Mess in the Evening with DJ EP Baby Boy, DJ Baby Boy EP and crew. Hot Mess in the Evening at 9 o'clock. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, smoke weed.
All right.
Let's.
All right. Yeah, I'm coming with a whole little thing.
Oh, EP is our homegirl coming on?
Who?
The representative that oh my god, man, I gotta like mess with her. Hey, everybody in YouTube, I got free weed for you. If you want a free thing, stick it through on this commercial break for me. Shoot me out at Sohigho Sohigho 216 at Gmail, and I'll shoot you out. If you in the Cleveland area, I get you a free pre-roll. We got pre-rolls for you, or we'll give you a sample of the Made by Pharmacies, the Restless. Don't forget we got the tinctures over there. That's right, we got free, and I got free seeds for all you from Sohigho Sohigho and Playmakers. We got some free seeds for y'all also. They're regular seeds, so tune in. Just give me a plug in on the email, and we'll be happy to get that out to you like immediately. Just give me a call up. I really gotta hit some weed. I'm feeling a little half cocked. I ain't used to being in here now, high, boy. That's crazy. All right, I say let's go back. Probably we'll fill in. I'm gonna like lead you, and we'll go maybe back in a little bit of the history, and then maybe we'll speak to the two levels, the two generations of it, and then just get going. Cause I know this ain't gonna be a hard story to tell right here, bro. Mm-mm-mm. It's on you, Trev. Don't get us in trouble, man. Don't have us like having to answer these fools in the street, man.
Come
You act like that ain't realistic.
on. Statue of limitation.
Statue of limitation. Yo, I got free backstrackers for y'all. Oh, give me a call. I'll give y'all free stickers coming in. I saw you doing that. Oh shit, it's papaya. YouTube. Stay tuned for the best block.
Radio. Hey, check out Laura Collins Empowerment Hour. That's me, Laura. Every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. on
Oh yeah.
Radio.
This is Al Porter Jr.
We get free stickers too. You can pull up on me today. Meet me downtown. I got new Cleveland stickers for the Indians and the Browns.
Any drug may contain fentanyl.
Come on.
Drugs, never use alone.
That's true. That's right. If y'all got an issue, we'll get that down for you too. What's up, West Cruz? Hispanics for Trump, man. We only vote for people who voting for weed. We ain't so political on this thing, bro. You know what I mean? We are just I appreciate y'all in the chat, but we not so political here, bro. If you voting for our weed cultivation, that's all we on. We ain't really getting into the rest of all of that, bro. That's you vote for who you want to. This shit don't make me no difference as long as they cool with weed and try to like take that from Schedule 3 to Schedule 1. Oh, I do gotta say that. Yeah, we are definitely going to Schedule 3. That means they're gonna take it off Schedule 1.
Oh shit, that means it's gonna criminalize it all.
Bro, this is national, bro.
So that means they gotta give
But we gonna still gonna be like 3. It's still gonna be like around. You might have to look it up, yo. Here we go. Yes, yes, yes. Shouts out to my man. Ooh, is this who coming this to the event? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome, welcome back, welcome back. We gonna tease our new little segment in here, man. I love the traditional market, and I hate to lose all of the history we got because, like I told all of the people at this event, that they are on an industry that's standing on the backs of. They're standing on an industry that's built on the backs of, I like to call it the traditional market. The reason why I'm gonna call it the traditional market, because it was established before the legalization of marijuana. And how old is this marketplace? It's as old as time. Literally, they have found traces of the cannabis plant on tombs from Egypt, all over Mexico, as you would imagine, in the old Aztecs ruin. And you can see in the hieroglyphics that plenty of people depict smoking and different medicines that they've been cooking down, and seeing the therapeutic nature of the cannabis plant and the way the current we got a lot more knowledge about the medical system right now. They give you medicine just enough to keep you coming back, and they don't go to the cure. That's one good thing about my man. If y'all don't know, my man right here, I'm gonna reintroduce himself, and I like him to tell you a little bit about himself. But I know him by 15 names. I'm gonna either call him Stacks or Trev or
Yeah,
I
that's
got
about
like
that's about
I
right.
know all his nicknames, to
That's
be
about right.
honest with you.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So I know them from. We are not far from where our relationship started. Shaker Gardens is a part, and what I want to talk about in this block is the traditional market and some of these stories, tales from the block. And to set this up, first I want Trev to introduce himself. Tell him any association, because he do a lot of promotions and things right now. So tell the people a little bit about yourself and maybe how we met and some of the things you're doing right now for the community.
All right, my name is Trev. You know what I'm saying? I'm from 106, 108 Buckeye.
Hell yeah.
The original drive-through, one of the first
OG.
marijuana THC drive-throughs in the city of Cleveland.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm owner of Stackhouse Travel Group. You know,
Beautiful.
I throw private parties, um, non-private public parties. You know,
Yep.
all you can smoke. You know, and it's all by donation as well. So,
Very good.
we try to help out as many people as we can. We're providing it's all inclusive events. But back to the situation. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're from the original
One
drive-through.
point on that too. Do you just do your events just in Cleveland?
No, no, no. I do them all over.
Thank you.
I do them all over the state of Ohio.
Not just the state of Ohio.
Yeah, I know. It's I'm regional. I haven't been nationwide yet, but I do.
Well, let's talk about Vegas.
Yeah,
He being modest, everybody. That and I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna just interject here. Trevor's being modest. He is very accomplished because a lot of people talk about it, few people be about it, but to pull a production off, which he well knows, it's not just as easy as people think. He and some of us can make it look easy, but it takes work, networking, troubleshooting the problems is the thing that I know personally that I know he has to overcome to have these productions. He is very, very accomplished, and his events, listen, the people speak for itself. He did an event here in town, probably the best venue you ever seen. That in the life was a very good venue, very nice venue, but he just does that good. So that is him on Stackhouse Travel. Very good. If you ever see any of that, I support it. You ever want to the smoking part of those things, I usually always support those things also. So it's always good.
Yeah, always 420 friendly.
Always 420 friendly, and those are the best we looking at. Now, Black to the Block. And what he was saying, if he's going to tell you about the first drive-through. And from my understanding, when we got that thing started, it was a lot of crack in the neighborhood, and crack was horrible. And I'm talking about, for me, it was 91 when we really got going. And that, like, before that, I know how it really go down. There was a bunch of people on the top side. It was the bottom side and the top side on the drive-through. 106 and 108th and Buckeye. Like, literally, it was a top side and a bottom side.
Yeah.
The top side was more the West Indians, and if you don't know, that was like the Jamaicans and it seemed like I don't know if I'm gonna say everybody's name. They used to be in a buddy of ours garage, and they kind of was
Yeah.
out of that
Yeah, it
garage.
was
They
out.
wasn't in
Yeah.
the Shaker Garden parking lot so much because that was kind of neutralish grounds. Because when we first got started up there, the top and the bottom used to play basketball on the court in the middle, and I could famously remember so many freaking Heineken caps stuck into the
Man,
black
man.
asphalt by the basketball
Good
court.
times, man.
When I say it looked like it was a Heineken tile floor, literally, I mean it was that
Yeah,
many
man.
Heineken
It was
caps
it was
stuck
40
into the.
cases per person bought a day. It was to put it in perspective, man. You ever watched the movie Paid in Full?
Yeah,
All right, you know how Ace was looking at the window, money was falling from the sky.
yeah,
That's exactly what the drive-through
that
on 106, 108 Buckeye. That's exactly what it was like between the years of 1991 to like
correct,
1995, right before Hollis got killed.
correct, and in that when we got that going, so crack was so hot, so the cops, it was, we called them the jump out crew or whatever. They used to roll up on crack
Yeah,
blocks
fourth
and
district
jump out.
posse. Yeah,
Fourth district posse in the fourth district, let me tell you, we here in the fourth district, we cool with these good police officers over here now,
yeah.
but back in the day, let me tell you that shit, and they listen, fourth district made 2020. We'll get into that one day.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
got
yeah.
plenty
Yeah,
of
plenty
time
of
to talk
stories to
about. We
tell.
got
Yeah, but
stories
shout out
to
to the fourth
tell.
district for keeping the
Shout out.
community safe.
Yeah, and
Ghetto.
they was cool. Let me
Yeah.
tell you how cool they was. And this is a sidebar to that. Being OG on the block, they used to come down there and be like, okay, you dudes could be down there, but every time I see somebody new down here, you and one of them new guys is
Gotta
going to
go. Gotta
jail
go.
too.
Yeah. They wasn't
Seriously,
playing.
bro.
They wasn't
They
playing.
was not playing. But the reason why I think they allowed us to like maybe operate at a certain extent was we
Because
did
it was
not
only
have crack.
marijuana. It was only
Tell
marijuana.
them again.
We made it a purpose not to add to the devastation of the hood. We
Right.
only dealt with marijuana and marijuana only.
That
Nothing else, and we forbade anybody to come down there with it. And if we did, it was dire consequences.
died.
We completely separated ourselves from 93rd, from Morris Black,
Correct.
from 116th.
116. Yep.
93rd right here, 102nd. You know what I'm saying?
102nd Elway.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
right.
We 112. We separated ourselves. We was completely autonomous and only provided.
Yep. That was and
Provided, you know.
and we was really lucky we had for some reason, back then, to be honest with you, Tales from the Block, the weed and all other stuff used to come in one package, and I didn't know that till later on. Like all of the bulk weed, they shipped everything legal. It got up here in the same.
Yeah.
Reason I found that out one day is one time I was opening up a pack and I was like, "What's this brick doing in here, man?"
And to the
And
T.
that's what's real, and that's how I think the beauty of keeping the crack away from it. And at that
Absolutely.
time, you got to think we was through the 80s and we had all our boys who dropped out of high school, they start going to jail. So everybody that had a good car was starting to go to jail. And that kind of kept that thing away from us. And that, when I say the moral part about this was a good thing because we, being ethical like that, we had people coming from,
Yeah, that's the reason why we
when I
lasted so
say
long. We
everywhere
lasted a long
around,
time because
as
of that.
far as East Lake, Mentor area,
Oh man,
Lake
it was
County, to all the way over to
Barberton,
Sandusky, yeah, Barberton, down south used to fall through.
Meritech cars,
Man, when
Meritech
we
wow.
say it was a morning shift, like I used to
Oh
like
man,
literally get up at 7 o'clock because people coming down from say out east suburbs coming down Buckeye to go to work in downtown. Back then the BP building and all that was going on. They
hmm
used to stop by in the morning from 7:30 to about
listen,
8:30 was a
get
hot
everybody
hour.
from Saab and Quay Buick, all the
Oh
technicians,
yes,
all the
yes.
salespeople. You know what I'm saying? They used to stop by. A lot of people from Trimco too.
Now I got a question.
This was back then in the '90s. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
So when you think about that, and you think about that and you put that on today, well, one, I know that'll never probably happen ever again
Yeah,
in life. But how do you feel about paving that way and then just a whole bunch of money and industry people, really not recognized? I don't think no other industry in this world you just ain't gonna just come and start making cars out of nowhere without at
Absolutely.
least, because of regulation and things like that.
Mm.
But now they don't even recognize that this plant has been around for so long and it's been trafficked, it's been sold, it's not being grown for free too many places. And to do that, and but just to not even acknowledge the how you are standing on this industry, man. Don't forget the first week, 4 days worth of selling, just recreational weed, $11.4 million just in Ohio alone.
Yeah, they need to. I would suggest they loosen up a little bit more and provide with the same, if anything, mirror with Detroit and mirror
Yeah,
with, if they could just mirror, you know what I'm saying? Go there, do workshops, have them come here, give them
correct.
think tanks on how
Yeah.
they can streamline it to make it, to mirror it exactly like Detroit, exactly like, you know what I'm saying,
Mm,
California, exactly like all the rest of the places where you can get it 3.5 or, you know what I'm saying, for $15
uh,
you get, you know what I'm saying,
right.
stuff like that. But here it's a little too expensive, I think.
It's gonna be expensive though
It's
for the next
expensive
two
here,
years.
and that doesn't make any sense. It's not conducive with what they aim for it to do if they want the maximum revenue to take care of the communities and the streets or whatever, because that's what they're supposed to be using for infrastructure,
Right.
right?
Yes.
All right, so it don't make sense. It seems like, I don't know, it just seems a
Here,
little off.
I think always too what where they're failing to realize is somebody like you or myself or somebody who has experience, they won't even invite us to the table to sit down. They have not logged enough hours and they don't have enough experience. They just can't start from 5 or 7 years ago and just overshoot like 25, 30 years of knowledge about a product base. And they just ignore us. I'll tell you, even at the cannabis convention this weekend, the control board came in, and guess what they said? They said no stickers. And guess why they said no stickers? Nobody at that convention under the marijuana control board, no wearable products. So you can't promote
Brand or anything.
your brand legal in Ohio and have a shirt, a sticker, or anything that's wearable. But yeah, you could get rock on this, rock on that. But actual your cannabis products
That's
will not
weird,
be a
man. It
wearable.
seemed like a non-smoker made that rule, man. Like,
Without a doubt.
it seemed like somebody that don't even smoke made that. It seemed like they didn't have any type of consultant, see, or
See, that's where
they didn't do any grant proposals or nothing. It
you know
seemed
what
like
I
they
mean.
just
To take
pocketed
it
it.
back to the block,
Yeah.
I remember when we was doing promotions in our
Oh,
own
oh,
way,
oh yeah.
and we came out with Philly blunts. And remember, I know you can remember Gordon's. What was the wholesaler right on 105? The tobacco wholesaler. Did you ever go down there and get a
No,
50 box of blunt?
no, no.
Or Jeans?
Jeans.
Jeans was
Yeah,
up
yeah, my
on.
mother used to work at Jeans, so we used to get everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, she used to work at the one on Woodland, right
yeah.
across from Morris Black.
So we start promoting throughout Cleveland. Tales from the Block is if you bought 3 dimes, 3 for 25, you
You
got
got one
like
for
two
yeah.
blunts. You got 2 blunts for free, and that was like really a slick advertisement. I promise you, I thought that up. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
tell y'all no. I ain't gonna tell you no story. I had to compete with the dudes that was standing next to me, and I wanted to be on the 3 for 25. So I just started
Yeah,
knocking
people don't
them
understand that.
by giving them a free blunt.
We created a whole entire uh, market and pricing system for marijuana in the city of Cleveland.
That is so wild. Now, when we talking about tales from the block, like it was like generations of us down there, and it went through some ebb and flows. And trust me, we saying this historically, so you don't have to do this, and you preserving this too,
Absolutely.
because I'm gonna be honest with you, the street dealing ain't it, bro. I'm
No.
gonna tell you right now, this ain't to glorify this. This is for information to preserve it and you can learn from this. This is something. It's some good parts about this that you could clean up into a good business plan.
Absolutely.
But this illegal stuff, I'm telling you right now, we both old enough and wise enough that it's nothing worth your freedom.
You know,
Nothing in this world
not getting
that
felonies for it.
it's just not
You
worth the
know,
felonies
remember they gave
for
you
it.
felonies for it.
And don't forget, just like we heard from the Adams Recovery Board, they put fentanyl in every damn thing. So you have to be careful on the street when you thinking you getting something like this. It ain't tested.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing, and you could just accidentally get yourself some murder charges and 100-year life sentence over dealing fentanyl. And I was so Columbus people, as we know, I hate. I'm gonna bring it right back to you. We was at one of your events in Columbus, and I did not know why Columbus people would not buy pre rolls. You know why? Some jackass put some fentanyl in some weed, in some pre rolls in Columbus, and told some people up. Can't even talk them people in the
Not at all. You
pre-roll.
gotta roll.
Can't
You gotta
even
see it.
talk them into it. You
Look at it.
can't talk them into it. You can roll it in front of them and
Yeah.
they'll do it, but a pre-roll, no, it's that fentanyl, and that's one of those things that you have to be careful when you out there on the streets and doing that stuff. Now it was some fun times on the block. Also,
Absolutely, man.
I mean, like the
It was
community
90% better. Good times, man.
it was too, and I'm gonna be honest with you. That economic revenue probably
Oh yeah, it
funded
was a shockwave.
under the tree, which
All kinds of
Peabody's.
Yeah.
We used to throw a lot of events, and back then you got to think about the '90s. We was knee deep in Reaganomics. I was fresh out the service, and I thought I could get the job, but the post office was filled, Ford was filled, couldn't get into a factory. You know, it was very tough, and it was a bunch of us young men out on the streets just struggling. I was delivering flowers with the Orbis flower truck back in the
I was
day.
washing cars for America taking the Browns.
Yeah, it
I was working at the Shriners Temple.
it was
Busting
tough.
tables.
It was very tough, and these was like not good jobs. You could not raise a family off that money. The hourly wage was low, so we actually was supplementing ourselves. So those some of the things. Now, in retrospect, what would you have did like to make us more legitimate, it was nothing we could do though. To be honest with you.
I see, and I disagree. And
Okay.
the reason why I say disagree is I saw what we could have done. It's just that it wasn't. It wasn't. Everybody went on the same page. Everybody had their own families.
Oh,
to deal
very
with.
true.
You know what I'm saying? And we were the difference. Me and Ramon and them.
Yeah.
We sat down and we discussed it. We figured out why we lasted so long. We didn't care about the money.
Okay.
We didn't care about it. We were broke before
Yeah.
that. You know, they
Yeah.
put together
Yeah.
before that.
That's what
So
we
when
said.
we
Yeah.
got some money, it really didn't matter. We didn't use it for what everybody else used it for around this point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cars and how we did this. We took care of family with regular cars,
Right.
regular houses, regular means of transportation, regular.
Yeah.
We didn't go into too much flash.
Now
We didn't flash too much.
you really couldn't back then also, because one of the demise of the block also was we had this image that we was doing more than what we was. And at the current time, I'm gonna be honest with you, the margin still on marijuana is not the greatest
It sure was
illegal.
not.
Let me
It
tell
was
you,
not.
heck no.
Not to compete
That is
with the crack-
not to compete with the
dope boys was getting-
league. The
dope
dope
boys-
boys was raking it in.
I'm talking
When
about
I said
millions.
yes, the volume
Right, it
that
was
we
thousands
did.
for us. It was millions for them.
Correct. So that's what
Put
we're
in
talking
perspective.
about. To be honest to God, we are dealing with, we had to sell 10 times the amount they did to
No.
be, I tell you, it was
To be honest, though, I mean, you kind of remember I'm a numbers guy, man. You know,
Yeah.
since you met me, 16
Right,
years old,
right,
man.
yeah.
So we would sell 448 dimes in 2.5 minutes.
correct. But that was at the time,
Yeah.
the wholesale price of that was still up in the 16
16, but you was making 44.80. I mean, guaranteed 44. You come outside.
well,
with
that was
448.
and he is telling a
448.
he is
You gonna
telling
sell
a
448.
a super block secret, and it still is true today. For us back in the day, we used to say, if you dime up a pound, I don't care how you cut it, you got $4,000.
That day.
And that, let me tell you what we used to do. It was a block thing. I don't know if it dropped down. We used to make the dimes, and I used to stick the money back in that same pillow.
Yeah.
And when I went and counted that down, without fail, 4,000. And I used to have a couple of those, and he is absolutely correct
Yes.
about that. And that's still, so if you was at, and I would say $10 a gram is a fair for some good quality stuff. Dispo type
weed.
weed.
Back then. It was monkey paw we had.
We had monkey paw.
Yeah,
That's
so,
always a
paw.
mystery.
Man, what happened to the paw, man?
I have did some analyzation on monkey paw, and I have concluded that when the big steamrollers from in Mexico used to process this to come across the border to
Yeah.
compact it, right?
Yeah.
They used to use a lot of weight. just like we talking about the Nug Smasher, right?
Pressure.
So they used to, yes. So pressure and heat. So what they used to do, and I got fortunate or unfortunate enough that I was in Mexico and I was watching them process it. They get the freaking asphalt roller out. It's filled up with water and it's got heat in it. The big drum that fucking smash asphalt on the street, and they rolled over the weed. So when they rolled over the weed, those corner pieces got black and dark, right? Thus came monkey paw. That is nothing but some smart dude. In essence, it was just making squeezing the trichomes into a hash, and it would just sit there on that weed, and it would get black and tarry, right? But it was always sticky. Monkey paw, if you don't know, it was a brand of weed that was from back in the 90s. It was always sticky. It was black tar, and it's guaranteed to get you smacked around. Like, it was a very high THC.
You know, when they rolled it up the joints, you know, all the older people rolled it up the joint papers.
Right.
And that's how you knew what it was. You knew it was fire.
Yeah, and I really think that's where monkey paw being around, because I have yet to see a strain called monkey paw.
Oh, that was skunk. The white hairs.
And back then we was only dealing with cess, skunk, things like that. It was not a crap ton of things until when the block went from average to international is when the chronic hit. And I wonder, do you remember that brand when that came around and what that did?
Well, of course. It took, everything took off.
When I say it took off, let me tell y'all the timing that we had.
I got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it, and then the Chronic album. Yes.
Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
So just imagine going to being in high school, man. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I was a little bit older than me.
Yep.
Being in high school and being known from the drive-through on 106 and 108th and Barker.
Oh, superstar.
Yeah,
you was in all the good shows.
Man, listen. Then y'all was throwing all the parties at Peabody's down under. This people don't understand. So this man right here in Lalo, let me give y'all a quick sidebar story. So we on the block, man. It's like, I don't know, this like 93. I think this 93 when y'all on the far side.
Right. Yeah.
Summer 93, I just turned 16. Just turned 16. So we kicking outside all day, me and Lalo, we get money, man, you know what I'm saying? You know how I go. Hand-to-hand combat the whole day, right? So the concert from that night, I know y'all got something to do with it, but whatever. Just remember, I'm outside looking in.
Yeah.
I just keep the product and provide while whatever. So we go down to Peabody's, man. Me and Lalo kicking, and we smoking right there on the on the floor in the general admission.
Yeah.
On the general admission, standing outside floor, right? This nigga look at me and say, "All right, man, I'll be right back." Hand me the blunt. This nigga walk around and go get on the fucking stage. Remember, I didn't know Lalo could rap.
Right.
I just know everybody from getting money. I don't know nothing about nothing. So I'm like, what the fuck is he doing on the stage? So anyway, this nigga going to one of the hardest opening sets.
Without a doubt.
That I ever seen in my life.
That's
opened up for the Far Side.
Did better than Far Side.
It was this. He said that's when the mantra came. Highest niggas on HNOTP. Highest niggas on the planet.
Right.
And he said that shit, and everybody in the crowd chanted that shit. That's, man, look, that day, that was another paid in full moment for me. That's when I'm like, we're going to be rich forever.
Yeah. That was.
We're going to be rich forever. And he tore the fucking house down.
Tore it down.
And then as soon as he stopped, then Far Side faded in. It was some of the hardest shit I had ever seen in my life, bro.
I want to give a couple points and shout outs to that, too. Because at that particular event, we had Forecast, and if you don't know who Forecast is, premier jazz band in Cleveland, still going. Shout out to Lim and all original members and all of the current members of Forecast. They was the highest band on the planet. We was the highest niggas on the planet. We had Johnny O on the ones and twos. We had Linda Thomas on percussion, and it is a fact that Lalo came out. Lalo been in the studio a couple times, but some reason he'll never get on the mic when he's here. But that was very, very. I think back then too we was lucky and we was fortunate. Cause shout out to Dewey Forward and his guy down at Peabody's, and we got the privilege of going down there. They was more on the hippie side and let us go down into there and throw these events, and they was smoke friendly he is the reason why they opened up the upstairs for us because I smoked out their dang
Yeah,
downstairs
I
so
remember.
bad it was a cloud down there. But that was just like great. That was like '93, and we really was trying to get that money off the block, but it was just not as much as the crack money. That's what people don't understand. Like we was doing numbers and volumes, but less revenue. If you don't understand that was we
If
just
we'd have
did
grew
not
that
have that
shit,
term.
it need to been on top. We wasn't
Oh
doing it.
my God!
We just
Now,
did the poets.
if we knew what we
Well,
know
now,
now,
yeah.
but when we had that mentality of cut the middleman out, but we just did not apply that to cultivation.
No.
I didn't get that till I left the block and went up to Kent.
Right.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. It is so many stories. This is just the first. Trev is gonna be like the blind bug cultivator and Ramon Rivas, and he's gonna be coming back for me a lot
Oh
because
man,
we are
anytime, man.
just now scratching the surface.
Oh
I
yeah.
would love for him to be honest with you, him and our buddy Tacardo, I can't mention all the members of the HNOTP original members. I don't even know. It's so many of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Shout out
Shout
to the
out.
number one, only one of the. I tell you some of it. Reg Noble, Sparks, EE, Big Norm. Big
Oh,
Norm
big
hold
hoss.
us
Oh
down.
yeah, hoss.
Hoss hold us down like that's OG. Shout out to the Jamaican Cheyenne. I can't stand that motherfucker Shorty. But this was real people that was a part of
Oh
that
yeah.
thing
Shout out
back there.
Cheyenne.
Shout out to
Stitchy,
Cheyenne,
man. One of my man.
Stitchy,
We made a.
all
We took care
the
of
the
families, man. We
dailies
took care of
off
families
man off
generations, man.
116th. Y'all
Shout
don't
out to
know.
Stitchy, man.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Albert and Mark and I can't even think of Teddy. All you guys, man. It was a great time,
And shout out to
man.
Red Man,
Shout out, oh man.
man.
And the amount of people that came on the block back in the day too, tremendous, man. They just hung out with us, man. We appreciate that. Next week we got some good people coming up. I am gonna have a great interview from the guy who made the Canna Control. He's from the Cannabis Research Institution. We're gonna have some great information on curing weed next week, and it is gonna be probably the most leading scientists on curing weed in the world. And I mean that Alan Justice, he's a PhD. He's from the Cannabis Research Convention. It's going to be a really good show. I definitely love Tales from the Blocks. We got so many stories to go. We're going to be back next week with some good things. I don't know everything I got. I'm forgetting a few things. I'm focused on the wrong stuff with the focus gummies, but it's good. Don't forget Al Porter's Hip Hop Show tonight. Always great guests. I know Swab Gotti Praise OG be up in this mug and different. He's gonna have a great guest. That's at 7 o'clock this evening with DJ Baby Boy on the mix. And don't forget to tune in tonight at 9 p.m. You want to have some fun and laugh real hard. We're gonna do Hot Mess in the evening tonight. I think we're gonna have some special guests coming on tonight.
Yeah, that sounds great. So
Ooh.
tonight on Hotness in the Evening, we got our special guest, saxophonist,
Ooh,
jazz
shit.
artist Randy Scott. joining us.
Oh man, is he gonna play for us?
Yeah, we don't have him play for us too. He gonna be a Zoom, but he'll be in town with his band performing at on October 26th at the Garfield Heights Performing Arts Center.
Yes.
That's presented by RJJ Promotions and also two comedians, Tyrone Gaines,
I know
real
Tyrone.
funny guy, and Mike Paramore, another real funny dude from Cleveland. They'll be opening up for Randy Scott on October 26th. We'll be in the house. So,
That is very good.
tickets on sale now at eventbrite.com. And get your tickets.
Yeah, I put a post on our link for that. I had saw that came up. I tried to share that this weekend when he posted it. And I do know where we going. It's a respectable. Just go to the back of that parking lot. We'll be out the way. Meet me at that. Well, I'm all about not contaminating people's smoke, man. You know how we are. Don't forget you can eat too many fucking gummies.
Yes.
Go low and slow. Do not be eating everybody 1,000 milligram gummies. Nah, don't do that. Be careful, everybody, man. Be safe. Respect the law. You have to be over 21. Remember, you can only carry 2.5 ounces here in Ohio.
Be mindful.
Be very mindful. Don't contaminate people's smoke. If you're not gonna smoke your cigarettes around them, don't smoke your weed around them. Please, man. Be respectful. We saw a lot of positive things. It's a budding industry. Look for a place, a niche that doesn't have to be in one of the traditional places you think about weed, but there's a lot of opportunity that's going to be happening for the cannabis. Shout out to Lenny B and Ohio Cannabis Business Summit. Look forward to getting you on the show. And I can't forget, with today's special guest, we're going to give Trev some made by farmers. We're going to give him the Focus gummies today
All
for
right.
shot coming on out to us. And we're going to have him back in the next couple weeks for more Tales for the Block. Thank y'all so much. Don't forget to sign up, like and subscribe on the Facebook. Share that thing. Get the word out, man. We got to get our
Get
numbers
that
up.
word out, man.
Like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Look for those special things we got on there, man. Thank y'all so much. Thank my man EP. And like he always will say,
Shout out, man. Salute.
smoke weed so you don't punch somebody in your face.
Right.
Peace. Be good, everybody.
Peace.
Oh, yeah. That is very good, man. I think we laid a great, great foundation. Shout out, y'all. Man, I'm glad that political chat calmed down, man. Golly.
Those are bots, man. Those are real people.
Are minors allowed to take gummies out? Oh, he said I should run for president. Oh, man, that's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
wish.
some of those is bots, man. Those are real people.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, I know. Sometimes I get it, and then that's why I almost don't mind the foreigners being in there because I know they're real. Like
Right.
the dude writing in Russia, I mean, he fucking asked me about Zaza and a couple strings. I was like,